So today's topic would be web servers. So probably anyone, probably Sampath or Satvik, if you have any idea, just brief me what is a web server and why we need it.
So a web server, we have different types of web servers.
Can you be a bit loud? I can't hear you, Satvik.
Yeah, now Spandana.
Now a bit better.
Yeah. To run any of the Java var or ER files, we need a web server.
Mm-hmm.
So we
You
have
know that,
different.
yeah, that's true. So uh, let's say, let me be even more clear. That's true that to run any of them, we need Java or Java jar or var files. We need web server. That's what you were telling me, right, Satvik?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what is a web server and why we need it? Simple. Okay. So, what is a web server? It is nothing but it's one service. Okay. So what is the difference of it, and why is it important that we are actually studying about it? Okay, so let's say you have a code running in Java, you have a code running in .NET. Two environments we'll be dealing with mostly, right? It would be the most of the applications would either be running in Java or .NET, right? So if they are Java applications, okay, so when you build your Java code, you will be getting a set of jar and var files, okay, as a result of a build, okay. Let's see how we will build jar or var files to get a, let's see how we will build our code with using Maven and plugins to get a jar and var file, okay, going ahead. But now let's say we have built our code, okay. So Satvik has written 1000 lines of code in Java, and Sampath has written some 500 or 2000 lines of code in .NET, let's say. So everything, end of the day, what is your motto? That whatever code you have written should be used to achieve some operation, right? Exactly. So let's say your end of the your goal is let's say your goal is to display a proper website, okay, enable login log out to that website. If at all the users are registered for that website, okay, they will they will be navigated to a new page. If at all they are not logged into the website, you will log them out and say that it is not possible to log in, okay. So this is what you are going to do now, let's say. So in this scenario, it's a small use case. It's probably you might have concluded in writing small lines of code, it's done. But for your logic to run, how will you know? After writing all the code, even it is shell script or Python also, let's say after writing all the code, we have to run it. Sh space file name dot uh, sorry file name dot sh, or else Python space file name dot py. Okay, we are actually executing the code and seeing the output on the screen, okay. So if at all you want to see, no, you just don't want to see the output on the console but somewhere else even, okay. So whatever code you have written is bundled together and built with help of some tool, okay. So when you build, if it is a Java file, let's say it's a Java code, it will generate jar and var files. Okay, it will create jar and var files. So what does what should we do now? So actually, if you get any jar file and var file, it is something like a zipped folder. Okay, so once this is extracted only, you will be able to see the functionality inside it. Only the functionality and required stuff will be bundled together into a jar or var file, which can be used in web server web server deployment or a normal deployment. Okay, so what you would do here, what happens now is you have a jar file, you have a var file. So what you'll do with this file, take this files, okay, copy these files, and you need to place them in a location where you have a web server running, okay, and make all the changes, and so that this web server actually unzips and picks up the application inside and starts displaying it on our expected website. Okay, so that is how we'll see a beautiful GUI on the screen. How we will be having a look into it. Okay, just very simple. Until and unless this jar or WAR file is not unzipped, or another version is it's unzipped, another folder would be created which will be accessed by the server and displayed on the screen. Okay, so that is for a Java code. For a .NET code, we have IIS server. Okay, so we deploy an IIS server. Okay, but what is happening when I'm saying I'm deploying my code? Okay, when I'm saying I'm deploying my code, I'm moving my deployable set of files, or the or the application, or the base application is moved across to the different environment. Okay, see, your local machine, you have written your code, your local machine supports, has installed all the stuff which is required for this code to run and display. But when you take this code and move it to your machine or Satvik's machine, which are two empty machines now, okay, for two fresh laptops. Okay, so now how will this run there? It doesn't have a platform to run, it doesn't have anything to be executed. How will it even show up that this code is is present here, and it can actually help us get all the contents from the server itself, from probably a URL itself? How can this happen? Simple. You should have a web server installed in both of your machine. This code, whatever deployables I have, I will get it and deploy it onto, or deploy it, or place in the correct folders in both of your machines. Stop your servers and restart your web servers. That's it, which should actually make this deployment possible, and your application should be up and running. Okay. So Apache Web Server. Okay. So we will be having a look into 4 types now. First one, Apache Tomcat. Both are different. Of Apache Tomcat only. Okay. Glassfish. IIS. Okay, IIS server. It speaks about installation of server and all. So when I'm saying it is a server, you can ask me, Spandana, the way in which it is functioning, probably displaying the set of application, whatever we have coded or, built is correct. Okay, it is like providing space for the or hosting the application, whichever is written, right? So that's the reason why you're calling it as a server, right? Because a server is nothing but which can accommodate some application inside it. That is the reason why we call it as a server, right? So you're saying actually it can actually accommodate few applications which are a mix of web applications and normal applications. Here, that's the reason why you're calling a web server. But what is this actually in background? It is nothing but one simple service running as per a Linux kernel, as per the for it is just nothing but a simple process which is going on. So what is that process? It is very simple to any other service. It is also very same for the Linux kernel. Okay, so it is very simple for it. It's like a service. So what is the service? Nothing but Apache Web Server, Tomcat, Glassfish. These are all the way in which we install Jet, the way in we install Jenkins, or the way in which we install Python, Ruby, whatever it is. It's a simple thing, right? Similarly, it will also have all the things like that. The same way in which how we checked whether Jenkins service is up or not. Everything is the same. It is nowhere different. It is nothing but a new service which we are trying to install now and use it, which has a capability to host other applications. That's it. Very simple about a web server. So now installing a server. We have installing a server and doing deployments in it. So first one would be Apache Web Server. Okay. I think I should start off. Okay. So the same way in which we installed yum install uh, git, the same way we will install if it is Linux environment, we write sudo yum install httpd24 or htdpd. Okay, htdpd, yum install htdpd. So if it is Ubuntu environment, yum install htdpd will actually work out. Here it is htdpd24. Okay, so after installing the server, you need to start the server. Okay, the same way in which we started, sudo service jenkins start. Same way, sudo service httpd start a server. Okay, and then we'll do deployment in it. Okay, so sudo chk config httpd on. Okay, whatever, sudo chk config jenkins on, sudo chk config tomcat on. What is this? Okay, only the service name, whatever it is, it would be replaced in end of this command. This command makes sure that whatever service you're specifying with that command is started whenever this instance is booted up, so that includes it in the list of services which need to be started in the boot time itself. Okay, so that whenever you start this machine, server will be running. You need not again go and start the server. Okay, just give me a moment. EC2. Running instances. Just a minute. Control C. So I've got an IP address. What? Worked out. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Install. Yum install HTTPD 24. I didn't say anything else. Okay, it has installed it.
Spandana, when I try
Yeah.
to do the same, I'm getting a no package found error.
Just wait. I'll hear you first. What was it, Satwik?
Yeah, I tried using the same command sudo yum install httpd24, but
Huh.
I getting an error saying that no package httpd24 available.
No package HTTPD available.
Yeah,
I just did it from your end. See?
yeah.
You have you written HTTPD 24 or HTTPD? HTTPD will throw error.
httpd24,
Huh?
httpd24 Spandana.
24 only. Are you doing it now?
Yeah.
Now also it's showing you an error?
Let me try. Yes, Spandana, getting an error.
You're getting an error?
Yeah, okay, I'll
Huh?
put it later. It's fine.
It says it's unable to locate a package, right?
Yeah,
Was it a Linux environment?
yeah. It's CentOS. That's what I'm using.
It should work. Satwik, just do a yum update once.
Okay. Yeah.
Might take 2-3 minutes.
Okay, Spandana, continue. I'll look at it later. That's fine.
No, you did an update?
Yeah, but it's not working.
After doing an update also, you're facing the same issue?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm facing the same issue.
Was it Ubuntu or a Linux environment?
It's CentOS, RHEL.
CentOS RHEL, okay. That would be different. Installation would be different in CentOS RHEL.
Oh,
It will not be. Just type HTTPD.
okay. No,
It worked or not?
no, Spandana.
Okay, let you know. I'm just aware of the CentOS stuff. But let me tell you in
Yeah,
by end of the session. I'll just tell you. Okay. So yum install HTTPD 24 will help us install in a Linux environment. Yum install HTTPD will help us to install this package in a Ubuntu environment. Okay. So let's see how we will do it in the CentOS environment as well. Okay. We'll see it by end of the session. Okay. Once I have installed it, so now sudo service it's starting sudo service httpd start. It's starting httpd. Okay. Okay. So now slash etc. So etc init.d is a place where your services would be installed, okay? Would be seen once they are installed, okay? So the way how we say etc init d sudo service etc init d slash the service restart or service start. It will also stop and start the service from here as well. Okay. So here you can see HTTPD installed. Okay. It shows HTTPD installed. Okay. So service which is installed. Fine. What else was there? It will make it as a sudo chk config space, no, not space, without space, the service space on. Why? I mixed it everything. Oh, sorry. Space httpd space on. Sudo chk config httpd on. So now even I restart this machine, it will be, when I say sudo service httpd status, it should show that it will be running. It will be up and running. When I do sudo service httpd status to show that it is running. Okay. It should show me this even when I restart the server, not now. So now we have made it up and running. Okay. So if you want to see where it is running and all, you can give this comments, whatever it is. The most important thing, HTTPD uses port number 80. Okay, port number 80 to allow traffic. So you have this security groups, right, when configuring a Amazon EC2 instance. What do we allow? HTTP 80, HTTP and HTTPS 443, SSH port number 22, and all traffic we allow, right? So that in that SSH port number 22 is open for TCP/IP communication of one machine to another machine over SSH. Okay, not only one machine to another machine, but let's see, this is accessing remotely, accessing my instance remotely via PuTTY or terminal or something else. Okay, so in that scenario I need this port number 22 opened. Okay, so if at all some other machine wants to ping me the same time, it should be opened. Okay, so port number 22 is open for the same purpose. Okay, for this purpose, whatever operations we are running inside it, and port number 443 is open so that your server is this server has a GUI access. Okay, has a GUI access. We have to open port number 443. Port number 80 has to be open. Okay, for HTTP. Okay, for HTTP protocol we need to open port number 80. Okay, now go to Siri, where www. There's a place where you have to place your files so that your application could be seen on the screen. What is the port number? Sorry, IP number, curl ifconfig.co. This is my IP address. Copy it, come to browser, right click, paste it, go. Good. So it says Amazon Linux Apache test page, Apache 2.4. Okay, powered by Apache 2.4. So we did install HTTPD. Okay, so now here itself it says something. You may add content to directory where www.html. Note that until you do so, people visiting your website will see this page or not your content. To prevent this page from ever being used, follow the instructions in file etc httpd conf d.welcome, whatever it is. So it again shows that etc httpd is a place where where this actually the service is installed. Okay, that is where we have even checked it. Okay, chalo, come back. So now you have to place whatever files you want to move into GUI. You have to place it in where www/html. Okay, so it will be owned by root if at all you want to change the root permissions to something else, you can actually create a new group and add this user to that group, and chown you can change the prop group, change the ownership of this var www folder. Okay, first let me put something. cd html service httpd register. It's still showing a test page for me. Yeah, so test what index. So cp test.html. All right. Just starting the service. So it shows me a file in heading h1 hello is written. Okay, so simple html file which we have moved across. Okay, so var www/html will be a place where you have to place your files. Okay, so mostly HTTP, Apache Web Server. So it is mostly used to deploy the web applications or the, so mostly the web applications it should be the GUI would be in a HTML format or a CSS format. So that would be deployed from this place. Okay. Let's see what else is written here. At least cover one. What is that? Okay, fine. So let's see quickly what I have written here. Step 1. Okay, to allow EC2 user to manipulate files, because if we didn't do sudo -i initially, we would be a EC2 user who will not be having limited access to open the var folder itself. Var folder cannot be opened by a user until and under unless there are some privileges. Okay, so now you have to add a group. Okay, sudo a group add www sudo user mod -a -g www ec2 user means. So now you adding ec2 user to the group www. Okay. and now chown the permissions. Okay, so sudo chown -r, so you're changing all the permissions to www. Okay, you're changing it to www. Okay, -r. Recursively you're changing all the, it is, okay, so -r, you're changing all the permissions recursively from root to www group, in var www folder, whatever is there, you have changed everything into you know, to the www owner. Okay, so now that owner owns it, so now you make the files inside it executable and make it proper permissions to be executed, and then run this, because no, because if at all a root user is not permitted, or the user which you have does not have limited access to the system, or sorry, does not have proper access to the system, and their access is limited, in that scenario we will be creating a new user and or a new group to handle this scenario. Okay, and everything would be the same. Apart from that, the ownership would be changed from root to something else. We know how do we change the ownership. We do chown, and if we want to do it recursively, we put -r over there, right? That is about Apache. Okay, so mostly used to deploy some HTTP files. Okay, so just trying to explain you, so that HTML files, trying to explain you, so that probably once HTTPD and Tomcat is done, you will see some meaningful deployment. Okay, so now there is one more. We have Apache Tomcat. Okay, so what is it uses? It uses port number 22. Okay, for HTTP, and it uses port number 22 and port number 8880 and 8080 both must be allowed, so that HTTP service would be accessible. Okay, so you need to allow port number 80 and 8080 and SSH port 22 as well. Okay, so for this you have to install Tomcat. Tomcat server is mostly used to deploy Java applications, right? Tomcat server is used to deploy Java applications. Apache is used to deploy web applications. Okay, what happened to this? So to deploy Java applications, we are installing the base thing for installing this this server is the services. First you should have Java, that is Java is a dependency, first dependency which needs to be installed. Okay, and then you can install it. You have to set some paths and all. After that you have to install Tomcat. How we install Tomcat? Very simple. Yum install Tomcat 7. Tomcat 7. We have some files inside it. Catalina context.xml, some Tomcat users.xml file and configuration file and a server.xml file. It's there inside. Okay. So simple, you have to get your jar and bar files and do a deployment inside the Tomcat server. So this is a place where you have to, by default, this is a place where you have to move the files so that Tomcat would Tomcat service would pick those deployables from here and display it on GUI, or this is a place where it would recognize, like how there is a specific location for where for where www/html for Apache. So there's a specific destination location for Tomcat. It is var-lib Tomcat 7 web apps. Okay, so you have to place your jar or var files inside this folder so that they would be deployed. Okay, so for that we will need a jar and a var file. So probably we will get some jar and var file tomorrow and start resuming our session. Okay, on Tomcat. And we'll complete Glassfish and IAS as well tomorrow along with Tomcat. So now let's get back to Jenkins once and let's see what all doubts we have.
Spandana.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, Spandana.
Yeah.
How is an application server different from a web server, like WebSphere, WebLogic, and all?
WebSphere and you asked me how is that server different from this?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay. So there is a difference between the application server and a web server, first one. So mostly the web server, let's say let's go with see the difference between Apache and this Tomcat itself. So Apache, mostly we use it for deploying some web application only, okay, or something which is only having a public interference or which has a GUI, which actually is not going to run something inside it and execute some logic and show you, but it is not doing something like that, but it is just simply showing you something. Okay, probably it's just a simple website with some DB or something attached to it. That's it. After that, anything it has to hit into the application, it will be redirecting it off to the application server where the actual operations would happen. Okay.
Okay.
Was it sensible for you?
Yeah. Yes, Spandana.
Or less we can speak it in always give an example of this. Let's say let's take up something like this. Okay, so you have a hello welcome page. Okay, so wherein you'll be asking for a username password. Okay, so apart from username and password, there are some other navigation links over there. Okay, so one says about the site, one says the version of the site, one says something else. So what is it doing? It is just showing you, just we log into a hotel website or something, all the static data along with the images is bundled, okay, to a web application, and it is just shown there. When you click on rooms, it will show you all the images of the rooms with all the respective prices or something. Okay, so when you click on lawn, or when you click on sports in that particular resort or something, it will show you all that data which is already put in a web server, okay, web application server. So whatever data you have put in a HTML file or a CSS file, or the images which are attached in the HTML and CSS file, they will all be displayed, or JavaScript, they'll all be displayed there. Fine, simple, you have seen them now. So after this, there is an option login. So when you log in, it should actually, when you give credentials, it should actually check with database whether this so and so set of user is available or not. It will validate and give you. After you log in, you need to carry out some operation like booking a resort for a couple of days, or checking in or checking out, or booking something else, booking it for an event or something. So all this actually need a, when they give you an option to book book something online, they give you, or book some tickets only online, what they give you a facility. The thing is, it should actually interact. There will be some application which will be coded saying that when you click on something, so this should happen in our database, this changes should happen, or so and so event should occur when you click so and so options, okay, or when you go with so and so operations, okay. All this would be written inside an application, not but inside a web application. So here a application server is hit, okay, and probably it checks some details from the database, gets the availability, everything, and then helps us to check, create do a online booking, and then it displays us some pop-up, and then we can exit out of the screen. Okay, so just a simple differentiating. Okay, so now is it okay? Is it a bit understandable now?
Yeah, yes, Vandana.
Okay. I wanted the document. Where did I put it? Okay, sure. I am not finding it. Okay. So let's see what all topics are covered in Jenkins and what all are pending, so that probably I can start covering them. But as of now, any doubts from Jenkins? I'm sorry I didn't share your document. I guess. Okay. So any doubts from Jenkins so far? Whatever is explained, any doubts?
I'm good, Vandana. I have to look at tutorials again, but I'm good as of now.
Practice it a lot, because that's a very important tool to important area to be concentrated. There are many other stuff, like chef or whatever it is, but the best place to concentrate and learn, if you are into DevOps, they might use Chef or Puppet, they might not use. They might use GitHub or not, that's a different scenario. But they will use Jenkins for sure. No DevOps project runs without Jenkins or some Hudson tool. It will never run, okay? So continuous integration is the heart of this DevOps process, and Jenkins we have learned for the same, right? So we have just touched it on a upper, little by little, not too much. Okay, so this weekend I want to give you more time to explore it. identify any issues you're facing with it, or probably check with me if you have any doubts or something, so that we can jump into the more depth concepts in Jenkins. Okay, so that we will be creating a end-to-end DevOps pipeline from Jenkins, where Jenkins will be a flow controller for us. Okay, so how you can actually link two projects. Okay, how you can link these two projects. We have seen a view pipeline. See how you can see it in that pipeline view, and how you can make all the processes inside a pipeline view automated, and how you can make everything inside it a manual process. Okay, very important places to concentrate. Okay, see it. If you have any doubts, let me know. Practice CLI as well. Okay, I'll not say that it is important for you, but it might be of some help for you, because mostly everyone has a GUI. It might be of some help. At least you'll know what commands are. Just to see it, try at least, it might have some 50 to 60. Try 20 to 30 commands, whichever you feel you feel it is important. Try 20 to 30, the basic stuff: building, creating, configuring, all this you do it, triggering, all this you do. And I want each and everyone to be experts in Jenkins. Okay, so also make sure that you go through everything, and let me know if you have any places where you're stuck. Okay, so that's a very important place to concentrate. Don't take it light, huh? See how you can install plugins, how you can create jobs, how you can manage different jobs, how you can configure, how you can set up proper permissions. If you are logged out, okay, a small question, a quick question, tomorrow I'll be asking this in the session. So you have made some changes to global security, and you are now logged out of your Jenkins server. So how can you be able to log in? Let's say it's a Linux environment. How would you make sure that you are logging in back to the server? How can you ensure that you're logged in back to the server?
Can you repeat the question, Sandra?
Okay, so my question is very simple. You have made some changes to global security in Jenkins. Okay,
Okay.
so global security in Jenkins is nothing but configure global security. You're trying to make sure that your Jenkins server is secure, preventing user access. Okay, so now create your server is there. Don't use any of, if you forgot to, or you missed to add user list to the set of right, if you are not adding a user list, what would happen? Even we try to log in, it says access denied or overall permission denied, right?
Yeah.
So if you are not having proper privileges, you're logged out of the system. No one is able to log into the system. So how will you log in and again make changes to the security aspect in Jenkins?
We have to give access to everyone first, then we need to sign up and then log out and then take out the permissions for others. Is that the way?
No. First, initially, when we give access to everyone, yes, it works. It is nowhere troubling us. But thing is, you created server. Okay, both of you are working together. Okay, let's say Satvik and yourself, both are working together. Sampath and Satvik both are working together. So now, Sampath has created a Jenkins server. Sampath asks Satvik to add users and configure security. So what Satvik taught is, this guy has already added all the users to the list. So he thought he just actually turned on the security and said only logged in users can do anything. Okay. So but only users provided in that list can be able to do something. But thing is, you both missed out to add users. You both are now locked out of the system. How would you be again able to log in back to the Jenkins server?
Okay.
Got my question now?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to repeat it if you're not clear?
Yeah, one second, can you repeat, please?
You have installed a Jenkins server. So if you have to configure global security, you'll say use Jenkins own database, and then you'll put some, you know, what do you
Unknown
say,
information.
security, okay, matrix based authorization. You add users there and then you log off and log in with your username and password. It will allow to log in. You
Yeah.
check then matrix based security and you forgot to add any username, not even one user is added to the list there. You logged
Okay.
off. Now
Okay.
you can't log in. In this
Yeah.
scenario, how will you be able to re-log in back to your Jenkins server? Got it?
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Try it out. Think, then try it out. So let me know tomorrow what could be the answer. I expect an answer from both of you tomorrow. Okay? Chalo
Okay.
then. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.